For decades, Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli were presented as Hollywood's ultimate mother-daughter story. The greatest entertainer of her generation passing the torch to the greatest entertainer of the next one. The photos look like a fairy tale. The reality was something else entirely. Liza Minnelli has a new memoir out, and what she has finally decided to write about after decades of protecting her mother's legacy changes the entire story. In 1965, Liza performed alongside her mother at the London Palladium. She was 18 years old, and as the night went on, she grew more comfortable, more confident, more present on that stage. The audience responded, and from the wings, her mother whispered to the producer Harold Davidson, "Harold, get her off my f***ing stage, not pride." Not a mother watching her daughter find her power. Fear, the territorial instinct of a woman who had been trained by the Hollywood machine to treat every other performer, including her own child, as a threat. Liza described the moment to her best friend Michael Feinstein with perfect clarity. She said, "She was my mother, and then all of a sudden she turned into Judy Garland." But the Palladium moment was not where the damage began. It began much earlier. Liza writes in her memoir that at 13 years old she was her mother's caretaker, her nurse, her doctor, her pharmacologist, her psychiatrist. The MGM studio system had spent years pumping Judy Garland full of pills, uppers to keep her working, downers to make her sleep, until the addiction was so complete that her teenage daughter was calling doctors and asking them to refill prescriptions. Liza described saying, "I'm a kid. Please fill my mama's prescription," a 13-year-old. Managing the pharmaceutical dependency of one of the most famous women in the world, because the studio that created that dependency had no interest in fixing it, only in keeping the machine running. Michael Feinstein said it plainly. Her mother's last film never would have happened if Liza had not gotten her out of bed every day, gotten her dressed, and gotten her to the set. The daughter was holding the mother together, while the industry took credit for both of them. Liza Minnelli is now in her late 70s, 11 years sober. She has survived addiction, health crises, and an industry that extracted everything from her mother and then handed her the wreckage to manage at age 13. She says everybody has problems with their mother, that it ain't just her. She says it with humor. She says it with grace. She says it with the perspective of someone who has done an enormous amount of work to get to a place where she can say it at all. The golden age of Hollywood didn't just break Judy Garland. It handed the pieces to her daughter and called it a childhood.